Welcome back to Emo Dolls. Today we are on the Emo's Not Dead cruise with Hawthorne Heights, and we are going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Feel free to answer it as silly as you want.
You got the guys. You got the guys for that.
I love that. All right, so what's the most unhinged thing someone has ever said to you at a meet and greet?
Sign my baby. Sign my baby. And by the way,
Have you signed babies?
yes, they've meant their baby inside them, so their baby bump. We've signed that, and people have brought their babies. Now I'm not talking newborns, but a year old, a little tiny signature. We're not drawing on foreheads or anything wild like that, but blame the parenting, don't blame the band.
Oh my God. Okay, that is quite the I need you to do this. I'm sorry.
Technology.
Technology, we're boomers.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to the Boomer Dollz podcast.
Yeah, seriously. So many times we're like, how do we work this equipment? It's all right. We're all learning in real time together. All right. So if emo music was therapy, which Hawthorne Heights song should come with a copay?
Ooh, I mean, that's probably Ohio is for Lovers, right? It has to be. Every time you listen to it, I, should we be paying the copay?
You
Or
know,
should the fan be paying the copay?
I think you
Are we
probably
the
owe.
doctors or are we the patients? I think that's what's best about Ohio is for Lovers. Yeah,
We are both.
we're both sides of the coin.
Okay. Okay. I like that. What's something about being in an emo band that sounds glamorous but is absolutely not?
I mean, being on the road is partially glamorous if you want it to be, but it's also, grueling and isolating, and you're away from your friends and family and your pets for months on end. Uh, and
You said pets. I thought you said pants for a minute.
well, I mean, depending on what kind of band you are, that could be true too. Not in Hawthorne Heights, we're always with our trousers. But yeah, it's being on the road is it can be fun and it can be a nightmare, and we try to make it as fun as possible. And but the glamour, backstage, like most backstages in the venues, are terrible. They're small. They're cramped. It's just a bunch of bands either complaining or looking at their phones in 2026. So we hang out on our tour bus because that's our environment, and we just hang out and relax.
I know this is really nice though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that there's nothing. Everything is nice about what we're doing right now. So there is no underside of being on a cruise. It's run by awesome people, run by a great company, with incredible bands and awesome fans.
But all of our bands had to sleep on floors to get here at some point. Ride in the van, sleep on a floor. Eventually, you end up on a cruise ship, but it's not all that.
Yeah. But we do feel like the genre has earned it because of that. All these bands, big or small, they all have played some of the worst shows in some of the worst places just to find an audience for the love of music. So I feel like every band on this boat and every person on this boat has earned the right to want to do this and to be here.
Yeah, no, the community to me is that's why we're here, right?
Exactly. That's why everybody's here. And anything from top to bottom, from all the bands to the organizers to the fans, it's like a really tight community, and it's, you know,
It is. You see the same faces over and over again. It's
yeah.
really nice.
And everybody's always smiling. You don't really, like, we're all shot, but shot with happiness every morning. You know what I mean? Like, we're all losing our voices, but it's because we're singing as hard as we can, but we're also talking to each other and hanging out. They've taken the internet from us, and they've put us all here, and everybody is having a hell of a time, you know?
It's true. It's true. I gotta say, hats off to Matt Kutchall for getting this all together because
Yeah.
it really brought the community back together in a way it hasn't in a long time.
For sure, absolutely. And putting the digital world in the physical world together, digital and analog meeting the fun side of things and then the rock side of things all coming together has been awesome to be a part of.
It's kind of how the genre started like that. We were playing hall shows, and then
Oh, yeah.
everybody met on MySpace, so it only makes sense that we're here now.
Oh, I remember those days, the VFWs, the church basements, the Knights of Columbus.
Exactly. That's where we all came from.
Mark, do you want to say anything?
It was great. I don't know what else to say. It was great. It's wonderful that every band that's on this earned it. All these bands have been touring for years and just sleeping on floors in vans, and now we're on a boat. This is sick.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of all the bands that have earned it, have you guys gotten to check out any of the Matt Says stage bands?
We have watched a couple of them. We try to check out a little bit of everybody. Anybody that I've seen, from big to small, has been great on the boat.
Yeah.
You know, they really have been. There's truth to that. I think the coolest thing about the lineups are they're curated by people who have been in the music scene forever. So we're either, people are like looking for like, oh, that band has something. Maybe we'll give them an audience on this boat. Or that band has been awesome for 20 years. They deserve to be here, and they're going to show the fans a good time. So, I think it's careful, creative stewardship that causes all this, There's a reason that every single band is on this boat. You just might not know what it is. So the people, you got to trust the people that are putting it together. So everybody that I've seen has been great.
And there's a cool story. So the band, I believe they're called Dakota Avenue.
Love Malcolm.
Singer, the first year we did this, I think it was 4 years ago at this point, he was the winner of a karaoke contest that JT judged. So as part of making him the winner, now his band's on the boat. So that is just that's how this scene that's how this scene works.
Yep.
Yeah, those are good friends of mine. I love those guys. I'm so proud of them.
Heck yeah. Dream come true.
Yes, it really is. Okay. If you had to remove one song from your set list forever, purely for your own sanity, which one's in danger?
I don't really have one, to be honest with you. I'm pretty, we carefully select our set list, and we just don't play songs that we don't want to play. You know what I mean? So, for better or for worse, but the only time that something like that comes up is a song that we didn't feel we had enough time to really give it all the effort and love that it needed. But, it's like having 12 kids. There's going to be 4 problem children. There's going to be 4 songs that were the easiest to write that are usually going to be the best because something happened in there that just made it really easy. And then there's 4 that are kind of like the middle children. So you got the
Middle child.
So,
And it also it's not lost in the Transition's our first song we ever wrote. It's old. We play it. I bet you 20% of the crowd's never seen us before. It doesn't matter that I've played it a million times. Yeah. To them, they've never seen us play it. They might not even thought of that song that day, and here it is. So it's kind of not about us at that point.
Yeah, we've always just kind of firmly believed that it's about the audience that's in the room, not the audience that isn't in the room. So if there's 50 people there, you play like there's a million. If there's a million people there, you play like there was 50. That really is how you have to concentrate on what you have, not what you don't have. And we've always kind of lived by that.
I like that. What's the one lyric that fans quote to you the most? And do you secretly love it, or does it make you cringe a little?
I don't cringe about any part of this because it's all fun, and it's all born in sadness that has manifested into happiness. That's literally the best story you could ever tell of all time.
I mean, the lyric.
Cinderella.
The lyric is going to be "Cut my wrist and black my eyes." That's going to be the lyric, and that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I believe I've said that 3 times on the boat already to somebody.
That lyric made us. We're not edgy at all. That lyric made us edgy for 2 years. We were seen as whoa.
Yeah, parents were like, dude, you're not listening to this. Or, dude, there's something wrong with my kid. Did you hear what they're listening to? And obviously it's a tongue-in-cheek metaphor, which I knew as an adult, but I didn't understand the impact that it could have, or the fact that it's not like I wrote that lyric and I was like, that's going to really strike a nerve guys, I got it. Listen to this lyric that I came up. None of that. It was like me sorting through my own emotions, and I'm like, this sounds cool to me. Just write it down. But another funny one that we get is just, hey there.
Hey.
Like fans will walk up, and sometimes I'll just be like, hi. I won't even get it. And they're trying to be fun and be funny, and I respect it and appreciate it, but I'm like lost in a different world at the time, and I'm like, oh shit, that's funny.
There's also like 3 or 4 songs that came out roughly around the same time that start with "Hey There," on
Hey
complete.
there, Delilah.
Exactly, like on complete accident. So there's a weird "Hey There."
Yeah.
I don't know what it is,
I
but
want to be first.
we might be. I have no clue. But it's a bunch of bands accidentally did it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So speaking of lyrics, what's a lyric that fans mishear or have misheard so badly that you just let them keep believing it, or do you break?
I have a
that?
good one from 2 days ago. I'm in the spa in the cold room directly after we played, and a girl said 6 months ago she found out that JT didn't say because my heart is on a wire.
That's the hook. That's the hook of the song.
And she goes, it never dawned on me that it was Ohio because the song is called Ohio. I'm like, I can't even spell this out. Like she's thinking it out in real time.
Yeah.
So again,
Pretty-
can you
pretty
just
awesome.
repeat that? That's the what? That's the hook.
That's the hook
Yeah.
of the song.
The whole song.
Because my heart is in Ohio.
Wow.
I like that though. But it just shows you like sometimes, for better or for worse, people hear what they want to hear, and they find a connection how they want to. So you're striking a chord with somebody, regardless. Sometimes it's musically, sometimes it's lyrically, and sometimes they're making you the poet that you're not.
Sometimes you're a poet and you didn't even know it. If Hawthorne Heights wasn't a band, what do you think you'd all be doing?
Man,
I know that's tough.
we're college dropouts. Mark was a manual laborist. I was working at a gas station. Matt was working at a music store. I like to think that we would have all got our shit together and went back to college and thought bigger and broader, but we probably wouldn't.
Well, at least you were still in music.
The weird thing is that time that we could have done something different was so long ago that I actually have no idea. Because I'm so different now that I would have a completely different answer now than the reality of then. So
Yeah.
I guess we're just born to do this.
Yeah, we're thinking now we're like, well, we would work at a company that has insurance, a 401k plan, and stuff like that. That's stuff that we need to start engaging in 20 years.
I don't have any of that. I'm not an adult.
Neither do we. We come from rock and roll.
Like my dream growing up was always to own a record store. And that's not a thing, really. So
No, bring it back, please.
no,
You know what?
I'm
Don't
good.
let the dream die. Bring back the record store.
I'm pro streaming, so I'm good.
Break my heart. Okay. Which era of Hawthorne Heights had the best hair?
Best hair has got a original lineup because the time period.
Because of the age.
Yeah, everybody was.
Everybody had hair.
I will say that I never wore girls' jeans, and I never flat ironed my hair. Never.
I'm shook.
And I never wore eyeliner. None of us ever did. And we were talking about this earlier. It's because we would just make fun of each other. So if Matt just came in one day backstage wearing eyeliner out of nowhere, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? We never had this conversation that was like, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, I'm going to be the mysterious smoky eye guy. You're going to we never talked about that. We're come as you are type people.
I do think that's one of the reasons why I've always loved your band since, I don't know, I was 15, was because there was no gimmicks. It was just
Yeah.
good music.
Yeah, I mean, we try. You got a little bit of Midwest styling from us, but
But
we weren't we weren't in L.A. or New York City or anything like that. We were just I think this is how you do it. But me, I don't want to spend all day blow drying my hair and flat ironing it and stuff. So I tried to get pretty decent haircuts and then just try to maintain. Our guitar player Micah, he had some freak shit sometimes. he wasn't he wasn't afraid to sit there in a hotel room and just
But we grew up playing shows in the rental halls
Right.
with our friends. If anybody would have shown up to the rental hall looking L.A. in Dayton, Ohio, you would have got destroyed. Like, I mean, maybe not to your face, but you would have been made fun of for sure.
yeah, it's the part of that Midwest modesty. You know what I mean? Like, just come as you are, play your songs how you are, and get off the stage.
Get off the floor. Floor shows.
I miss a floor show. Finish this sentence. Emo is not dead. It just blank and needs a nap.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's going to be here forever. I don't even think it needs a nap. I think we're just good.
Well, we're kind of old, and this has been a rough few days.
Yeah, but anytime you can, like, if you look at it, anytime you can go from tragedy to triumph, that's a 24-hour shot clock. We're up. We're ready.
Also, I mean, most shows we've ever played have been either right before or right after a 10-hour drive.
Yeah.
This is the easiest thing. This is so easy. I mean,
I went to sleep at 3 a.m. I got up at 7:30 so I could go in the spa before our talk about If Only You Were Lonely. We don't sleep. We're vampires.
That's true. That's true. Same here. What is the weirdest place you've heard one of your songs playing?
I mean, I've definitely heard our songs playing at truck stops. I've definitely heard our songs play. One time, like pretty early in our career, I was in an American Eagle buying board shorts for Warped Tour that we were getting ready to go on, and our song was on, and I was like, this is either cool or I got to get out of here because this is embarrassing and it seems like I'm in here listening to my own song. But you know, you hear them. I've heard it at a dentist's office on a ringtone, somebody's ringtone, while I'm getting my teeth cleaned. You know, I still live in Ohio. There's young people in there, and they're not like, I bet that guy from Hawthorne Heights is. I bet this is his dentist. I'm gonna come in here and see what's going on. It's just random.
Well, I mean, if it's younger kids just getting into, I know, like, I have an 18-year-old daughter, and she's just getting into, like, because now it's okay, you know. Before it wasn't cool to listen to mom's music, but now it's cool, and she's still looking at like original cover art and stuff.
Yeah.
So if she ran into you guys, she'd probably still be looking for the version of you guys 20 years ago.
And a lot of people are like that, and you know, I feel thankful because we've kind of taken care of ourselves. We still feel and look semi-young. You know, we don't look like mummies. We're not shot.
I say this all the time, and no offense to Kiss, but when Kiss was popular in the 70s and then Kiss to the 90s,
There's a reason Kiss wore makeup.
yeah, they looked crazy different. When I see Silverstein or Story of the Year, I'm like,
Shane still looks
I
like
think we all
Shane.
look fucking awesome. Like
And I think it's because we were sleeping on floors and we were like we were an unstoppable force. So if you actually give us like a bed and like 5 hours sleep
Imagine.
and no late night drive and no snow, like we're like, oh, all right, it's like Benjamin Buttons of emo.
Right.
We're like aging in reverse. It's like, shit, we got like a nice bed. All right, take 2 years off. We're good.
I love that. All right. So I got one final question for you, and it's another finish the sentence. I'm not sad. I'm just.
Grieving.
chilling on a boat right now.
Hell yeah.
Tired.
I feel that, you know. All right, guys, thank you so much for doing this with us, and come cry with us next week or meet us in the mosh pit.